Welcome back for another video. In this video we look at the top players for predicted points in Gameweek 7 and over the next 5 game weeks to make your transfer plans and captaincy easier. Predicted points are courtesy of FPL Review. Also some exciting news, I've spent some time in the background redesigning the look of the series. Hope you like the new design, let me know in the comments. Let's start with the goalkeepers, and Alisson tops the projections, home to Wolves in Gameweek 7. Wolves still a relatively poor side in attack. This season they've scored the joint lowest 3 goals, and their 6.32 XG suggests poor finishing. Ramsdale's in second, home to Everton this game week. Everton have also struggled for goals, scoring only 1 more than Wolves over the opening 6, and if you've got Ramsdale or Arsenal defenders, they're easy holds for the next game or 2. Leicester were able to put 2 past Brighton last game week, the second game in a row they've let 2 in. Nonetheless, it was a comfortable 5-2 win for Brighton, and Sanchez is still a great pick. If you're planning a Gameweek 9 wildcard, he's an easy sell in a couple of weeks as they come back from the break away to Liverpool and then home to Spurs. If you're sat with 2 transfers, there is a temptation to shift on the City defensive assets this game week. Ederson has 4 projected points, but they host Spurs this weekend, which will be their fiercest game of the season so far. On paper, Chelsea vs Fulham looks like a great game for Mendy, but Fulham have been absolutely flying. The only time they've failed to score was the only time Mitrovic has failed to score, back in Gameweek 2. He's the talisman and he's scored 66% of their goals, 6 of 9. Next up the defenders, and Liverpool's back 4 are all top. FPL Review's algorithm fully backing the clean sheet potential. And of course, Wolves only scoring 3 goals in 6 games. In fact, Wolves have kept as many clean sheets as goals. Gameweek 6 was a frustrating one for Trent owners, with him withdrawn barely a minute before the 60th minute and therefore missed clean sheet points. Something to monitor if Klopp continues to utilise the 5 subs rule to bring off his fullbacks earlier. Nonetheless, it's certainly a game week to remain patient if you own Liverpool defenders. Robertson is the only one you can make a case for selling after being benched for Simicast last match. A reminder that there's European football on before Gameweek 7, so hold your transfers. Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Tottenham and West Ham all play before Gameweek 7. With Cancelo's notable drop-off in attacking numbers, the question remains whether he's worth 7.1 mil, and this week he's up against Spurs, so you could make the case for selling, particularly if Walker substituted with an injury last match. If he is out for Gameweek 7, we could see Stones in right back or something along those lines. Gabriel, James and Dunk make the list, all easy holds for Gameweek 7 despite an underwhelming Gameweek 6. Perisic misses out. You'd imagine he comes back into the starting 11, though his expected minutes still remain uncertain and a tough game versus City, time to sell if you have him. Trippier is a good long-term replacement. He narrowly misses out on this game week's projections, playing away to West Ham. Next up the midfielders, and Salah's top again with 7.4 projected points for the Wolves game. Liverpool are a different beast at home, so despite blanking last game, he's worth consideration for captaincy, and again certainly not the week to sell. He's the second most sold player as it stands after the injured Rodrigo. Saka's gone up a level the last couple of games, he looks so motivated and hungry. Again, he's one to undoubtedly hold, and if anything he's worth consideration to transfer in, particularly if you're considering the Gameweek 9 wildcard. Again, if you are considering the Gameweek 9 wildcard, there is the opportunity for a short-term play, such as De Bruyne in for Salah in Gameweek 8, but this week Salah's certainly a hold. Zaha's one worth to have firmly on your radar, 31 points from 5 games played, and a very good long-term run of fixtures after Gameweek 9. Palace face an in-form Man United side this week. Rashford's now the second top scoring midfielder with 40 points after a goal and 2 assists versus Arsenal. He narrowly misses out with 4.1 predicted points. Gross is projected 4 points and Trossard 4.3. Both of them another couple of great mid-price picks to consider. Estepinian was benched, so we saw Trossard and left wing back, though it didn't hinder him and he put on a really good performance with 1 goal and 1 assist for 12 points. Brighton play Bournemouth next, who are second worst for expected goals conceded this season. On to the forwards next, and if you found this video useful, consider subscribing for more to come every game week. It's Haaland top with 6.7 predicted points for the Spurs game. He's been unstoppable with an attacking return in every game so far, 10 goals and an assist. For most it'll be a decision between Salah and Haaland for captaincy. Let me know in the comments which way you're leaning, or perhaps someone else. Jesus has been sold by over 150,000 managers, but he's certainly another easy hold, projected 5.4 points. Just 45 minutes for Bamford last match and Vardy was benched, so both ones to avoid. Tony's projected 4.4 off the back of a hat-trick, and he was the top scorer of Gameweek 6. Him and Mitrovic could be the perfect duo to complement Haaland when Arsenal's fixtures start to turn in a couple of weeks. Darwin returned straight back into Klopp's starting 11 last match, a surprise considering Firmino had played well in his absence and he's projected 4.3 points. Welbeck also returned back into the starting 11 and got an assist. For 6.5 mil he's in a void, far better to find the 0.3 mil for Mitrovic or to go down to Solanke for 5.7, who got 1 goal 1 assist against Forest and a ton of good games ahead. That wraps up today's video. Thank you for watching. If you did find it useful, please consider liking it and subscribe to the channel. I read every comment, so leave one below and I'll be sure to read it. And let me know your thoughts on the redesign. See you soon for the next one.